Right, let's go back to this now. The Gauteng Roads and Transport Department is meeting Scara transport operators this morning. They will discuss compliance issues and operational challenges after last Sunday's meeting turned to chaos when more operators than expected arrived. The Scara transport sector has been plagued by several protests in the province since the Vanderbijlpark road crash, which claimed the lives of 14 children. Newzroom Africa's Scara Mafokoane is following those developments and joins us once again from Soweto. So, Scara, we were discussing earlier with regards to this particular engagement and the objectives that both the Department of Transport and that of Education want to get out of this with the Scara transport operators.
Absolutely, Kateho. And in 30 minutes, that engagement will start. But like we indicated, it was something which was scheduled for last week. But due to that venue, which was small for the operators, they had to move it to this week here at the UJ campus in Soweto. But let me bring in the spokesperson of the Department of Roads and Transport, Lisiba, to give us more details with regards to the engagement. It didn't succeed last week. What are the prospects this week of the success of the stakeholder meeting?
Well, last week, thank you very much, Scara, and good morning to the viewers. Last week's issue was logistical, and we had to then request the meeting for postponement because the MEC would not have wanted to have a session where people are closed outside. So we had to then request for a postponement to assist us to look for a bigger venue. And I think that this venue here at Soweto UJ Soweto campus will definitely assist in terms of accommodating everyone. So we're quite confident that the robust issues that the industry is raising will definitely find ventilation in today's meeting.
Robust enough that, following the 14 kids which were killed in that tragic accident last month in Vanderbijlpark, it was robust enough, to cause, if I may say, the protest that we've seen. We know that there was a protest even yesterday here in Johannesburg of Scara Transport. Will, at the back of that, do you see those associations or members coming to engage you? They handed a memorandum to you, which they gave you 14 days to ventilate and respond to them. Do you see them coming to this meeting?
Look, the expectation is that we have extended an invite to the stakeholder. And the stakeholder of the department are definitely the operators, and to some extent, yes, the associations. And of course, the expectation is that the issues that they are raising are of urgency. And then one would want to think that we are together in, responding to the issues, as well as ensuring that we have a seamless working relationship moving forward. So there's no reason why we should not anticipate non-participation. Yes, we've seen a circulating letter from one of the associations, and one must say that we find it as very distasteful and quite, an ambiguity or quite an irony, so to speak, that they would be raising such critical issues, but release a letter that informs its members not to attend.
So basically, just sorry to cut you in there, basically wanting to boycott today's stakeholder meeting?
Yeah, to hold the government at ransom, and we are not going to accept that. We are going to have this meeting continuing. The MEC is going to lead the proceedings. We are starting to see operators arrive. And of course, as we say, the Act is very specific. It speaks to operators. So if at associations level, I think, because we must appreciate that people are organized. They have organized themselves into associations. But at the end of the day, the relationship you have with the Act, the relationship you have with government, is that of operator and the regulator. So we are expecting that the operator must meet the regulator today.
Just a quick update, that big operation which was held with the National Department of Transport, which over 60 cars were impounded. Where are we in terms of with some of the vehicles which have been released?
Yes. Look, there are some that would have been released, and of course the gazetted regulated fee is 5,000 rand, so they would have come and fetched their vehicles in order to get them back on the road in a manner that is fit and proper. But we've got vehicles still in our depot that are not yet fetched. At some extent, we had to even test about 51 of those vehicles. And to our shock, only 49 of the vehicles did not pass the test. So it's quite a concern to us that the state of roadworthiness of these vehicles transporting our kids are in a very shocking, situation. And this is a situation where we are not going to, negotiate as government, because the safety of our kids is non-negotiable. Compliance with the law is non-negotiable. So that is what we are, clamping down as government. But of course, they are also raising issues of operating licenses. We would have collected the data of about 13,500 to 15,000 of the digital data we have of the operators. And to our shock, only 1,583 applications are within the system. And in the system, it shows that we have released or approved 516 of those, and then 1,009 are at different stages of adjudication. It's quite a huge contrast, given the fact that the population and the applications that would have made that would have come in the system. We have to have this conversation with the industry so that we are able to find each other and close all gaps that we see happening.
Thank you so much for your time. Sorry for butchering your name. He is with the Gauteng Department of Roads and Transport here in the province. But the letter that he alluded to by the Gauteng Education Transport Services, Katlego, you recall that there was a protest yesterday at Mary Fitzgerald Square where some operators gathered and handed over a memorandum to his department. They've since released a letter, and allow me, Katlego, just to take to read just a snippet of what it says. It says the PEC kindly requests that the regions, associations and members of all operators must not attend this meeting. Perhaps it explains why, when I look around, Katlego, I do not see any scholar transport vehicles around, at least where we are, but we have seen private operators walking into the hall. We'll hear at 10 o'clock when the MEC gets here as to what will happen to this meeting, Katlego.
And I guess we won't be able to get to the bottom of these issues if we're not sitting around the table and ventilating all that we find as challenges, particularly when it comes to scholar transport. That's Scara Mafokoane out at UJ in Soweto, bringing us the latest from that engagement.